Surely you know how annoying it is when you send a project to a client and then he requests a million changes. Frustrating, sure, but the recruiter is much, much worse because he wants to give you a chance to resubmit your resume. So you better make your first shot count because you're definitely not getting a second. And today I will teach you how to do that. My name is Caio Sampaio. I'm a career expert and certified professional resume writer. And today I will tell you how to write a perfect graphic designer resume. So let's start with a couple of graphic design resume examples so you can see what to aim for. Your graphic design resume can look something like this or like this. Do you want to see more details? No problem. So let's see these graphic design resume examples in more detail. This is the first one that I showed you. You can see how it's organized and eye-catching, which is vital since recruiters spend only 6 seconds reading resumes before deciding if they want to keep going. So first impressions are absolutely everything here. Feel free to pause the video to read its content. And here is the second graphic design resume template that I showed you. It follows the same logic but with a different color. I recommend that you choose a color that represents you. For example, blue is associated with trust and intelligence, while orange is associated with creativity. But are there other things for you to keep in mind? Well, you bet. So let's see more details about what a graphic design resume should look like. Let's take this resume here as an example. Here are a few things for you to keep in mind to create a design like this. First of all, use a readable font like Arial or Times New Roman. Avoid something too personalized that could be difficult for people to understand. Then be sure to use spacing of 1 or 1.5. Also, avoid paragraphs. Use lists instead. They make it easier for recruiters to find information and digest it. For pretty much the same reason, I recommend that you always create headers to make the starts of every section very visible. And also, avoid too much color. You're creative, I get it. But please remember that your resume is supposed to be informative above all, so prioritize that. And last but not least, try to keep your resume under 2 pages. More than that, and the recruiter might not even read your application. But that begs the question: what to include in a graphic design resume in these 2 pages? First of all, include your name and job title. Then you should add your personal information, which consists of your email, phone number, and LinkedIn profile. Once you've done that, it's time for the next step. Write a resume summary, which is a short paragraph that should persuade recruiters to keep reading your resume. It's kind of like the trailer of a movie. Then you detail your work history. Be sure to start with the most recent job, then go back in time. After that, include your education. If you have little experience, consider putting your education first if you think it's more impactful and relevant than your experience. Then you create some additional sections to include in a resume things that you believe are relevant but you haven't had the chance to include in previous sections, like a link to your portfolio, publications, certifications, and interests, for example. And be sure to list your skills, which begs the questions: what skills should you include on your graphic design resume? Here are the skills that we included in the sample graphic design resume you just saw. You will notice it has a healthy mix of soft skills and hard skills. Soft skills are your personal skills. Good examples of soft skills include things like communication, being able to pay attention to details, and also time management. And what about hard skills? Well, these are the skills that you acquire by practice or study. So let's see some examples of hard skills that you can put on your resume. You can include things like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and also InDesign. And it's important to have a mix of soft and hard skills because there is no point in having a lot of technical knowledge if you are a person who's a nightmare to work with. So recruiters care a lot about soft skills as well. But writing your skills section is only one part of the job when writing your graphic design resume. How about the other sections? What exactly should you add in them? Well, don't worry, I will walk you through the steps to writing a perfect graphic design resume. And if you want to save time, I recommend that you use this tool, the Zeti Resume Builder. It's the tool I used to create the graphic design resume examples that you saw. And I think it took me like 10 minutes to create both of them, because the Zedit Resume Builder breaks the process down into easy steps while giving you advice tailored to your profession. So to use the Zedit Resume Builder, visit zedit.com and click Try Our Resume Builder. Then create your resume now. Here you need to let the Zedit Resume Builder know how many years of graphic design experience you have, so it can suggest graphic design resume templates that suit your needs. Let's say you have from 5 to 10 years of graphic design experience. And there you go, the Zedit Resume Builder has picked the best resume templates for your experience level. Let's pick the first one here. Now you have two options. You can either upload a graphic design resume or create one from scratch, which is what we're going to do for this video. Once you make your choice, it's time to start writing. The first step is your contact information. You just need your name, job title, phone number, and email. With that out of the way, the Zedit Resume Builder has another question for you. Why are you making a resume? Let's assume you want a new job, which brings us to your work history. And here you don't need to include only full-time jobs. You can also include freelance roles as well. Either way, you just need to include the following information: job title, employer, location, and your tenure working there. Then you need to write some bullet points with your duties and accomplishments. Don't know what to write? Don't worry. Here, the Zedit Resume Builder shares some suggestions based on your career and experience level. If you are still unsure, you can check some suggestions to your left and tailor them to suit your needs. And if you need more guidance, that's okay too, because you can just come up here and click Tips to see more advice. All these tips and suggestions were written by certified professional resume writers to ensure your graphic design resume will be absolutely perfect. Then you just need to do the same for all of your other jobs. With that covered, let's now talk about your education, because a big mistake I often see in graphic design resumes is that candidates don't include their education. Since you don't technically need a degree to be a designer, they think it's okay to omit this section, but that's a big mistake. With how competitive the market is, you need to include anything that helps prove you are qualified, and that includes your education. And the first step to do that is choosing your highest obtained degree. Let's say it's a bachelor's. Now you need to inform the Zedit Resume Builder of the name of the university and its location. Then write the name of your degree and your graduation date. If you want to stand out, it's a good idea to share some academic achievements too, as you can see here. Just like with the professional experience, you can count on the Zedit Resume Builder to share some suggestions from certified professional resume writers. And if you would like to get more insights from them, I have just the right thing for you. Feel free to read our full article on graphic design resumes featuring examples, templates, and tips on how to make yours. The link will be in the description below. Now back to our graphic design resume. It's time to talk about your skills. Based on what you've entered so far, the Zedit Resume Builder has already detected 4 vital skills that this candidate needs to include in his resume. So recreate a list with that and also some more. Ideally, you should include from 6 to 12 skills on your resume. Then you should grade them from 0 to 5. And now that we have recapped your stronger points, it's time for us to write a resume summary. And the cool thing is that you don't actually need to write anything. Based on the information entered, the Zedit Resume Builder has already written a summary for you. Of course, you can tweak it in any way you want. And speaking of tweaking, it's time to add some bonus sections to your graphic design resume template. The graphic design resume examples I shared earlier included portfolio, certifications, languages, accomplishments, affiliations, and interests. Well, quite the list. I think the most important item here is the portfolio, so you can show your work to recruiters. All you need to do here is share a link, and that's it. And for the other additional sections, you just need to share the information that the Zedit Resume Builder asks from you, as you can see here. Same thing for your languages pretty much, and certifications like Adobe certifications, for example, and your interests. And once you're done with that, it's time for the final step. But before that, I have great news to share with you. Your graphic design resume has been created using the Smart Apply technology, which helps the scan recruiters use to rank candidates to understand your resume better, ensuring you will rank higher than other candidates. And with that out of the way, you just need to make the final tweaks to your graphic design resume template. You are a designer, so this is your strong suit. Once you're finished, just save your document as a PDF. And that's it. I hope my video was useful. Do you have any questions about how to make a graphic design resume? Leave me a comment below and I will be glad to answer. Also, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video and to subscribe to the Zeddy Resume Builder YouTube channel to get more videos like this that will help you write a perfect resume. My name is Caio Sampaio and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye bye.